never look at me anymore. Don't you find me attractive?
Of course I still think you're pretty, but why can't you just lose some weight?
You're one to talk. Your stomach is too big, and you know you have diabetes and heart disease.
I just wish you'd try. I miss the way you used to look.
The words they spoke to each other were like little daggers, leaving wounds in their marriage that bleed and never heal. They both felt hurt, neglected, and unwanted. It was as if something had changed between them. They worried that their marriage may be over, and their best days were behind them. They decided to take one last vacation together to see if they could reignite the love and passion they once shared. And that's when the unthinkable happened. Oh God, I think I'm having a heart attack.
Ladies and gentlemen, is there a doctor on board?
Is declaring a medical emergency for passengers.
Roger 3 is declaring a medical emergency.
What happened next is very painful for me to tell, yet it led to a brilliant medical doctor in a faraway country and the discovery of a 2-minute ritual so powerful it would save my 55-year-old father-in-law Dan from life-threatening open-heart surgery and a lifetime of debilitating heart disease and diabetes, while causing him to suddenly lose 39 pounds of deadly belly fat without surgery or dangerous drugs, and leaving doctors back home both stunned and amazed. It's true, Dan lost 39 pounds of belly fat and completely transformed his health, going from this to this, while simultaneously reversing the symptoms of diabetes, saving him from the deadly effects of heart disease, and restoring the youthful energy, sex drive, and vigor that was believed to be lost forever. And that's not all. Dan's 48-year-old wife followed the exact same 2-minute ritual, and she lost 29 pounds of stubborn belly fat and literally transformed her body, going from this to this, while completely flattening her belly, alleviating the painful symptoms of arthritis, and dramatically reducing all frustration she had about her weight. The truth is, you simply do not know about this simple, all-natural, unconventional 2-minute breakthrough that delivers a total body transformation in record time and has been shown to prevent heart attacks and diabetes while removing any sign of weight or age-related health issues, making you lose pounds and inches of pure belly fat while cleaning your arteries, reversing type 2 diabetes, and restoring your energy, vitality, elasticity of your skin and joints, and even your sex drive. This is shocking to hear. However, in 3 minutes, you're also going to discover the 2 revealing facial features you can see the instant you look in the mirror that are a deadly heart attack warning sign you must pay attention to, especially if you are carrying more than 5 or 10 pounds of stubborn belly fat. This little-known warning sign may be the difference between you living or dying in the next few months, so stay with my story until the end so you can find out what this facial characteristic is and what you must do if you have it. Before discovering this new breakthrough, Dan and Sylvie had no idea how a surprisingly simple ritual that costs literally pennies per week and takes less than 2 minutes melts away deadly, stubborn belly fat every single day and could have saved them from the near fatal event that happened in the airplane that day. Had they known this information, they would never have missed the 3 bizarre, silent, and hidden warning signs that you think are harmless, and yet are destroying your metabolism and hormonal systems, especially in men and women over age 35, causing abnormal and deadly fat storage around your belly and vital internal organs. You may experience one of these symptoms today, so pay very careful attention to what I am telling you. And if that isn't enough to make you realize that the next 3 minutes will change your life, let's not forget that one common food that you believe is healthy and are consuming daily is forcing your body to store pounds and inches of pure belly fat and triggered the sudden heart attack that nearly took Dan's life that fateful day. I must urge you to take immediate action because you are about to discover how a hidden condition made worse by flying in an airplane, driving in traffic, or even walking up a flight of stairs is causing you to gain deadly belly fat while putting you at risk for sudden heart attack, heart disease, and diabetes, and why this one simple method has never before been revealed to the general public until today. Dan and Sylvie struggled with frustration over their belly fat and symptoms of diabetes and arthritis for years, despite having tried prescription drugs, exercise classes, workout gadgets, and every diet known to man. Yet it was a heart attack at 35,000 feet that led them to the doorstep of a brilliant European doctor whose unusual advice would uncover the truth and change their lives forever. Had Dan and his wife not found this life-saving miracle breakthrough in the nick of time, they would still be putting their lives on the line every single time they flew in an airplane or even drove a car. They would also be continuing to gain pounds of embarrassing belly fat every week by following the outdated and ridiculous diet and nutrition advice you see on television every night or read about in popular fitness magazines. And I promise you this, you are going to be filled with disgust when you hear one doctor break his code of silence to reveal the truth behind those commercials you see on TV and the one true cause of deadly belly fat, heart disease, and diabetes. And yes, they are all caused by the exact same thing that you will discover in this short presentation. However, the most compelling story of all is the miracle body transformation and health breakthrough experienced by my father-in-law Dan after he suffered a heart attack at 35,000 feet that forced the plane to have an emergency landing in Germany, where he would meet the doctor who would save his life and help him lose 39 pounds and his wife lose 29 pounds while addressing any signs of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. This shockingly effective, fast, and simple 2-minute ritual will have you looking and feeling decades younger and can be done in the comfort of your own home without the use of drugs or prescriptions of any kind. There are no special exercise gadgets to buy, nor will you be required to perform any strenuous workouts or pay for pricey supplements month after month. Best of all, this will work for you and any man or woman over the age of 35 who is concerned about heart disease, diabetes, and declining energy levels, and absolutely must lose those stubborn pounds of dangerous belly fat gathering in and around the middle of your body, putting you at risk of early death. To put it bluntly, give me your full attention for the next few minutes. If not, you risk missing out on the one piece of critical information that could save your life like it did Dan and his wife. I am going to share everything with you, including this never-before-seen 2-minute ritual that removes pounds of dangerous belly fat, reduces harmful plaque from your arteries, increases sex drive and youthful hormonal balance, while reducing your risk from type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure, faster than ever believed possible. This is precisely what happened to Rachel from Dallas. She lost her belly fat and even the stubborn stuff on her lower belly and thighs. Her doctor was also shocked when he was able to get her off dangerous blood pressure medications that were putting her at risk for further heart problems and even death. Or how about Tim from New York, who used the simple ritual to melt away almost 100 pounds, while saving himself from a lifetime of dangerous diabetes drugs and blood pressure medications? Or Susan from Miami, who used the exact same simple ritual you are about to discover to quickly and safely lose over 20 pounds of deadly belly fat. Here is what Rachel had to say about her success. The information you share in your presentation has changed my life and health forever. What was most helpful to me was the part near the end where you described the simple 2-minute ritual I used to lose my stubborn pounds of deadly belly fat and get off my dangerous prescription drugs. Of course, I was skeptical at first. However, after losing a shocking amount of belly fat in the first week, I was convinced. I am now on track to achieving my goal by the end of next month. It couldn't be easier. Thank you. These are just a small number of the hundreds of testimonials and success stories I have received, and I will share more details of how they achieved this amazing success in just a minute. However, before I go any further, you really need to know more about who I am and why this is the answer you have been looking for. My name is Bruce, and I am the married father of twin boys. Here's a pic of me and my little guys playing around in my backyard a few weeks ago. I've been a personal trainer for my entire adult life and have worked with hundreds of clients and even celebrities like Nelly Furtado and Chris Angel. I am also the author of several books on fat loss and body transformation. In fact, I have appeared on too many television shows and magazines to list, including Best Health, Men's Exercise, Toronto Star, just to name a few. While this may sound impressive, what I am really most proud of is my 55-year-old father-in-law, Dan, and the unique breakthrough he stumbled upon after nearly dying in the airplane that day while en route to visit his family back in Europe. You have to agree that his life-saving belly fat transformation is nothing short of miraculous. The same goes for his wife Sylvie, who followed the exact same 2-minute ritual and lost more than 29 pounds of belly fat without any signs of type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure. This brings tears to my eyes as I can remember the moment when I asked for Dan's permission to marry his daughter many years ago. I recall standing on his driveway on a sunny afternoon and promising how I would take care of his little girl and keep her from harm. At that time, Dan was already showing signs of the health problems that would soon threaten his life. His stomach was sticking out and he was at least 20 pounds overweight. On top of that, he was tired all the time and had very sore joints that prevented him from taking a walk. Even the easiest exercises seemed to result in cries of pain, and he spent more and more time on the couch watching TV while life passed him by. That's why it hit me like a ton of bricks when I learned of his terrifying heart attack in the airplane that day. Dan was flying back to his boyhood home in Europe when about 3/4 of the way through the flight, he began to feel nauseous and like a weight was squeezing his chest. He started sweating profusely and collapsed in the aisle when he stood up to go to the washroom. In a panic, his wife signaled the flight attendant for help. As he lay in the aisle of the airplane in pain with his wife holding his hand, his mind filled with emotion and worry. Would he see his children again? Would he live to see his grandkids or enjoy retirement? The tears streamed down his cheeks as he struggled to catch each precious breath. The captain was notified and the plane was diverted to the nearest airport. Terrified and in unimaginable pain, Dan was transported to a hospital in Germany where he discovered that he was in fact having a heart attack. As scary as this was for Dan and his wife, it was the best thing that could have happened. That's because it was in Germany where he would find the doctor and the unusual 2-minute ritual that would cause him to suddenly lose 39 pounds and save his life. Fortunately for Dan, the doctors were able to treat him in time and he survived that horrific event. The very next day, the specialist stopped by to speak with Dan and show him the ritual that would remove plaque from his arteries, reverse his type 2 diabetes, and cause him and his wife to lose more than 60 pounds of deadly belly fat. In fact, it would be fair to say that this near-tragic event saved their marriage. Leading up to this, their lives were becoming more and more sedentary, as neither had the energy or desire for activities or even for sex. Prior to this happening, neither of them realized how bad their health really was. They just brushed off their lack of energy and sex drive to getting older. Subtle signs that something may be wrong, like a crease in his earlobe that suddenly appeared, numbness and cold in their hands and feet, and strange foot cramps when lying in bed were ignored. Not to mention their ever-expanding belly, butt, and thighs that seemed to keep growing no matter how many vegetables they ate or how often they tried to exercise. To put it bluntly, this whole event was like one giant alarm bell going off for both of them. If this had not happened, then they both would have kept on living life as usual, while their stomachs continued to get bigger and bigger with each passing month. Like most folks, Dan and Sylvie had tried losing fat before and had gone so far as to follow a low-carb diet, paleo, and even those ready-made meals from Weight Watchers. The sad part is that none of these programs fix the hidden, deadly problem that is making you gain belly fat and putting you at risk for sudden heart attack or diabetes. Sure, you may lose a couple of pounds the first week or so, yet the fat always comes back with a vengeance. Plus, these diets do little to remove the deadly fat inside your arteries and surrounding your internal organs. And if that's not enough, these diets are almost impossible to follow and always made Dan and Sylvie feel like crap with all the intense cravings. And Dan's vision even became worse at one point due to all the wild blood sugar fluctuations these diets were causing. His doctor warned him that he was already borderline diabetic and may soon need to go on insulin injections for the rest of his life. Perhaps the worst part about all of these other diets was that the fat growing on his belly simply wouldn't budge. The frustration was unbearable because it felt like they were putting in all of the money and effort, yet not getting enough in return. The problems with their weight, energy levels, and sex life was taking its toll on their marriage, and they found themselves slipping into a long, boring routine of going to work, watching TV, and going to bed while feeling constantly tired, depressed, unhappy, and dissatisfied. This is where things were at just before that fateful day, when they would board the airplane for Europe, not realizing that their lives were about to change forever. Standing in the waiting room of the hospital with tears streaming down her cheeks, Sylvie waited while the doctors worked hard to save her husband's life. The next day she was allowed to see Dan, and the emotions overtook her as she fell to her knees, thanking God that he was alive, and would be able to go home in a few days' time. That was when the doctor came in and told her the words that would forever change their lives. He said, "Sylvie, your husband was lucky. If this had happened while your plane was halfway over the ocean, he would be dead. Fortunately, we were able to save him. However, there is much more work to be done. Dan must lose at least 30 pounds of belly fat, fast. His current lifestyle is killing him, and if he doesn't lose this weight, he is likely to die from another heart attack soon. His blood pressure and blood sugar levels are off the chart. I recommend he sees Dr. Heinrich and starts on a specialized program to lose his deadly stomach fat, lower his blood pressure, and get his blood sugar under control, or he won't live to see his next birthday." Sylvie was in shock, yet deep inside she knew the doctor was right, and that this was something they both had to do if they ever hoped to see their kids grow up or live a happy, healthy retirement. Yet at the same time she was skeptical. She was thinking, how could we ever lose so much weight when everything we had tried in the past had failed? Dan and I have struggled to lose as much as 5 pounds in the past 3 months, so how the heck are we both going to lose 30 pounds so quickly? Sylvie also knew that Dan had been given a second chance from God, and the next time they may not be so lucky. She also realized how quickly life can change and how important it was that they not squander this gift they had been given. It was at that moment that she made a promise to the doctor that she would do everything he recommended so that she and Dan would not have to live under the constant threat of diabetes, heart disease, and other diseases that come with having too much belly fat. Perhaps the biggest motivation was that just before they left on this trip, Dan learned that his daughter was pregnant with twins. More than anything, Dan and Sylvie wanted to live to see their grandkids grow and shower them with love. If they continued on the path they were following, chances are they would not live to see them take their first steps. Even though Dan and Sylvie were not very religious people, that night she fell to her knees and prayed that God would send them a miracle. Tears streamed down her cheeks as she thanked God for saving Dan's life and for helping them find the answer to the problem they were facing. The very next morning, Dan and Sylvie's prayers were answered when they met the man who had saved their lives, Dr. Heinrich. Dr. Heinrich is one of those rare people who exudes charisma, warmth, and intelligence. He burst into Dan's room and greeted them both with a warm hug and a big smile, and said, "Welcome to the first day of your new life. Today I am going to give you a precious gift, and you are going to love it more than any gift you have ever received in the past. That's because today I am going to give you the gift of life. I am going to show you a simple ritual that will turn back the clock on the health problems you are experiencing and make you look and feel 20 years younger. Dan, the heart attack you survived was your wake-up call, and you only get one of those. The next time you won't be so lucky. However, here is the good news. Your heart attack was just a symptom of an underlying problem. This problem is simple. You have too much belly fat and your blood sugar and bad cholesterol levels are off the charts. Rather than put you on blood thinners and statin drugs that I know can kill you, I am going to give you a breakthrough new protocol that we are using with patients here in Germany to lose belly fat at an alarming rate each day. Dr. Heinrich explained, this new breakthrough addresses the one true cause of abdominal fat gain, diabetes, and heart disease. It's not a hormone. It's not a type of fat. It's not new exercise methods. Yet when you correct this one thing, you fix all those other health issues, and your body can naturally restore itself, and you lose the pounds of fat, your arteries clear, and your blood sugar stabilizes. This has nothing to do with counting calories or even balancing hormones. What this does is it targets the underlying cause of heart disease, diabetes, hormonal issues, and belly fat. When combined with 5 specific natural body movements, we've seen this breakthrough prevent arterial sclerosis, lower blood pressure, reverse type 2 diabetes, and improve circulation while causing fat loss, especially from the abdominal area, faster than ever thought possible. Dan was confused and asked Dr. Heinrich why he had not been told about this life-saving breakthrough by his own doctor back home. He told Dr. Heinrich about the advice the dietitian had given him, and how he had not lost a single pound from his stomach in over 3 months of effort. Dr. Heinrich shrugged his shoulders and said, "The reason you have not heard about this before is simple. It is all natural, making it impossible to profit from. The doctors in North America are taught to prescribe drugs first and are not taught about natural healing methods like this. In this country, we learn about both types of medicine, naturopathic and allopathic, and this is why you have not heard about this highly effective method before." As you can imagine, Dan was excited. After Dr. Heinrich explained the science, he was blown away and eager to get started. Dr. Heinrich said that this new breakthrough has an incredible success rate with his patients. It didn't matter if they were in their 30s, 40s, 50s, or even 60s, or if they were male or female. Every single person lost their deadly belly fat. And that's not all. In addition to losing their deadly ab fat, those people who had symptoms of heart disease and type 2 diabetes had those symptoms reduced substantially as well. What was even more shocking was that these results were achieved without following any high-intensity exercise programs, restrictive diets, dangerous fat-burning supplements, or eating foods that taste like dry cardboard. All that was involved was a quick 2-minute ritual, a few simple foods, herbs, and spices, and 5 natural body movements performed in a very unique fashion. And this produced daily belly fat loss for every person who tried it. Now, even though Dr. Heinrich is very well respected and has won awards for his groundbreaking work that prevents heart disease, reverses type 2 diabetes, and causes shocking weight loss in men and women at any age, Dan was still skeptical. Dr. Heinrich then explained in simple terms exactly how his method works and why it was virtually unheard of back in the United States, Canada, and other countries. He said that Dan's heart attack, diabetes, and belly fat were a result of a hidden internal irritation. This invisible irritation was causing fat to accumulate on the outside of his body around his waist, and also inside his body around vital organs and even in his arteries. Dan's heart attack and diabetes were a direct result of this irritation and excess internal fat. He said this internal irritation was like a fire raging inside his body, damaging his metabolism and hormonal systems, and unless he takes the steps necessary to put the fire out, it will lead to certain death. He explained that this same deadly irritation is happening in the bodies of most men and women over the age of 35. Countless studies have proven this to be the #1 reason people fail at losing belly fat and suffer with symptoms of diabetes, heart disease, and even depression. And the most surprising thing he said was that too much exercise and eating many of the popular health foods is only making the problem worse, leading to more internal irritation, weight gain, heart disease, diabetes, and depression. The worst part is, the approach most Western doctors take to reducing this problem is through the use of dangerous drugs. The problem with this is that it only masks the symptoms and does little to address the underlying problem that caused the irritation in the first place. And if that isn't scary enough, get this. The latest studies show most people in large populations, especially in Western cultures, are living with high levels of this internal irritation, and this creates a huge amount of stress on their body. This stress causes a massive increase in the muscle-destroying hormone called cortisol, which causes more fat to accumulate around your belly, while also eating away your muscle tissue, killing your metabolism while raising your blood sugar levels. This then knocks your natural fat-burning cycle out of balance, while causing you to crave more sugar, sweets, and other junk-type foods. When this happens, you find yourself gaining weight for no apparent reason, while finding it next to impossible to lose even a pound. Seeing the pain and suffering in Sylvie's eyes, he grabbed her by the hand, took a deep breath, and said, "My research team and I have discovered the answer to this irritation and the reason why so many North Americans struggle with losing belly fat, diabetes, heart disease, slow metabolism, and arthritis. Our method works incredibly fast, and because all of our research was done on men and women over the age of 35, we know it will work for your husband too." And that's not all. Our new method will also address the plaque that is clogging his arteries and quickly reverse all of his type 2 diabetic symptoms. This all-natural combination of whole foods, herbs, minerals, and vitamins, taken in the exact way we show you, will not only melt away deadly belly fat, assist in cleaning out clogged arteries, and lower insulin levels. It also increases levels of a powerful hormone that will improve the flow of blood and nutrients to increase youthful energy, sexual performance, plus tighten and tone the skin on the face while reducing wrinkles. Dr. Heinrich then sighed and said, "Look, Sylvie, I don't want to sound out of line. However, I believe that this is something you will benefit from as well. In fact, we encourage couples to support each other and follow the program together. Even though you didn't have a heart attack, I can see that your waist is too large for your frame, and this is a ticking time bomb for heart disease and diabetes. So why don't you both do the program?" Dan and Sylvie were not sure what to believe. After all, they had tried many different diet programs in the past and had even worked with a personal trainer, yet never could lose their belly fat or stop the progression of heart disease and diabetes. They reminded Dr. Heinrich that they weren't exactly spring chickens, and that he was dealing with a couple who both suffer from joint pain, low back pain, and problems sleeping. Dr. Heinrich reassured them that this program was different. It was designed specifically for men and women over the age of 35 and was completely safe. In fact, he said that most people who follow the simple 2-minute ritual see their joint problems reduced dramatically within days due to the reduction of irritation in their joints. He also reassured them that his program didn't involve any vigorous exercise or heavy lifting, so there was nothing for Dan or Sylvie to worry about. As Dr. Heinrich was turning to leave, he suddenly stopped, turned around, and said something Dan and Sylvie would never forget. "I know that this may sound strange coming from a doctor. However, you need to hear this. In my 20 years experience, I have never had a patient have a heart attack on an airplane and survive. God has given you a beautiful gift with a second chance, so don't squander it. Follow this program together and you may live to see your grandchildren get married one day. Or you can roll the dice, fly back home, and take your chances. The choice is up to you." Deep down inside, Dan and Sylvie knew Dr. Heinrich was right. God had given them a gift, and it was now up to them to make the most of it. They both felt a sense of calm and knew that they could trust Dr. Heinrich to save them from a life of obesity, diabetes, joint pain, and many other diseases that affect most men and women over the age of 35. So the next morning, Dr. Heinrich met them carrying 2 3-ring binders, each containing 29 pages of easy-to-follow instructions. He said that inside these binders was everything Dan and Sylvie needed to turn off the internal fire that was ravaging their bodies, clear out their arteries, reboot their metabolism, and lose their deadly stomach fat. He also joked that they should prepare themselves for the boost in libido that was coming their way too. Finally, he made them swear that they would follow the program and keep him updated with the results. Looking over the manuals, it was obvious to Dan that this simple, proven program would be something they both could follow. Everything was laid out in easy, step-by-step, 2-minute rituals, and there were no weird foods or complicated recipes, just natural herbs, spices, and foods that sounded delicious. At first glance, Dan wondered how something that looked so easy could ever reverse the symptoms of type 2 diabetes while losing belly fat every single day without the use of drugs or stimulants of any kind. Then he remembered the testimonials and stunning before and after pictures Dr. Heinrich had shown him, and how each and every one of his patients experienced incredible results following the exact same plan he was holding in his hands. In his mind's eye, he could still see the remarkable changes, not only in terms of weight loss, yet also how much younger each person looked after following the program. The very next day was an emotional one for Dan and Sylvie, as they found themselves back on an airplane and heading home. They had decided to cut their trip short so that they could get started with the program Dr. Heinrich had shared with them. As the plane reached cruising altitude, Sylvie reached over to grab Dan's hand. They looked into each other's eyes and started to cry tears of joy as they recalled the traumatic events that they had just gone through and how lucky Dan was to be alive. They were also very excited to share their remarkable story with friends and family as soon as they got home. Dan called me the next day and asked that I come over to discuss what had happened and get my thoughts on the program he had been given. The moment I read the program and the 2-minute rituals inside, I knew this was something very special and unlike anything I had seen in more than 20 years' experience as a personal trainer. I quickly realized that I had stumbled upon what could be the biggest breakthrough to hit the health and weight loss industry in decades. As I read through the program, I was blown away when I read the true causes of belly fat, heart disease, diabetes, and other potentially deadly diseases that are so common amongst men and women over 35, and I couldn't wait to see the changes in Dan and Sylvie. I didn't have to wait very long. I was awoken early Saturday morning by a ringing phone and familiar voice. It was Dan on the line, and he was very, very excited. What he told me next caused me to drop my morning coffee all over my kitchen floor. Bruce, you are not going to believe this. I have lost 9 pounds and I feel like a new man, and I've only just begun to follow the program. Are you sure? I said, not really believing what I was hearing. Yes, I am sure, and get this. Sylvie is down 7 pounds. That means we are both losing belly fat every single day. And that's not all either. I don't feel tired. My knees feel better than they have in years, and Sylvie's lower back pain has virtually disappeared. I am not kidding. This new program Dr. Heinrich has us on is incredible. Sylvie and I are sleeping like babies, and we wake up feeling amazing with more energy than we have felt in decades. I feel stronger, my memory is sharper, and according to my blood test yesterday, my blood sugar is finally under control. And one more thing, I can't believe how much food we get to eat. We are even eating bread, pasta, and other carbs, and still the weight just keeps falling off both of us. All we have to do is follow one simple 2-minute ritual each day. We then pick the foods we like from the list and eat as much as we want. Nothing is off limits, and we don't have to count points or calories. This program actually forces us to cheat on the weekend, and that means I don't have to give up eating Sylvie's famous chocolate ice cream cake we both love so much. I was amazed by what Dan was telling me. However, as a personal trainer with decades of experience working with clients, I was skeptical too. So I decided to do my own test of the program using a small group of my own clients as test subjects. I wanted to see if this program would work on people who I call fat loss resistant. These are the clients I was working with who were struggling to lose even a pound or two despite eating a healthy diet and exercising regularly. I asked that these clients test 5 things before starting the program: body weight, percent body fat, blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol levels. The results were nothing short of amazing. At the end of just 1 month following the exact same 2-minute ritual Dr. Heinrich showed Dan and Sylvie, each client lost multiple pounds of pure belly fat. What's even more shocking is the health changes each client experienced. Every single man and woman saw a drop in bad cholesterol, blood pressure, and blood sugar levels. One woman in particular was able to come completely off her cholesterol medications, leaving her doctor shocked and amazed at her results. However, as incredible as the results were sounding, there was no denying the actual results my clients were experiencing. I witnessed men and women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s lose their belly fat and reduce symptoms and medications related to obesity, heart disease, and diabetes in record time. So one by one, I made copies of the program and handed them out to more of my clients. I gave the program to doctors, lawyers, business people, moms and dads. Without fail, each and every client of mine who followed the simple ritual I'm about to show you lost belly fat every single day. Take Evan, for example. He is a 42-year-old father and serving in the military full-time. He needed to lose 10 pounds of fat fast before the end of his leave because he was scheduled to report back for active duty. I put him on the exact same program Dr. Heinrich had given me, and he lost his belly fat while still enjoying time with his wife and kids. Or how about Katrina? Katrina was terrified and struggling with being pre-diabetic and 25 pounds overweight. Katrina hated working out and was also fighting a tough battle with depression. She came to me crying one day because she was dating a guy who seemed to have a wandering eye and was always checking out women who were slimmer than she was. She desperately wanted him to find her attractive and to feel wanted again. However, she felt that her excess pounds were turning him off. Long story short, she followed the same 2-minute ritual and she lost the stubborn pounds and was a happy girl again. These success stories instilled more confidence in me and what this program can do to help people like Dan and Sylvie who are over the age of 35 and having a hard time losing belly fat or are facing difficult health issues such as diabetes. So I decided to share it with more of my friends and family members. Soon these people were experiencing fantastic results and were jumping on email and social media to tell their friends about it. Within weeks, I had dozens of emails and more than a few letters from men and women from all over the country writing to tell me about their success with the program. There were messages from men and women from 35 to 85 years of age, and they all had one thing in common. They were all using Dr. Heinrich's program, and the 2-minute rituals were melting off their belly fat and restoring their health. To be honest with you, just talking about this makes me emotional. Sure, I had helped people lose fat and get healthy before. After all, this is what I have done for most of my life. However, never before had I helped so many people lose fat so effectively, and never without meeting them in person. It was amazing to see how easy and simple it was for these people to follow the program without having to see me as their trainer face to face. This told me that I had something special, and that I needed to get it out to the world so that others could experience the shocking reduction in belly fat, incredible boost in energy, and hormonal health that my family and friends were experiencing. I took all the information that Dr. Heinrich showed me, along with all of the notes I gathered from my wife, Dan, and Sylvie, and my own experience, and turned it into a systematic blueprint for burning off dangerous belly fat, preventing and reversing the #1 cause of type 2 diabetes while reducing heart disease and arthritis. I broke things down into simple 2-minute rituals and lists of food that when eaten in the right way will melt away stubborn belly fat every single day. In particular, the deadly fat that surrounds your internal organs and is pushing out your belly from the inside. I then made a complete list of the dozens of natural herbs, spices, and nutrients found in foods that operate as powerful hormone influencers and work to target the underlying cause of diabetes, heart disease, and even arthritis. I also included the list of signs to watch out for that may be a sign that you are at immediate risk of sudden heart attack, just like Dan. And of course, I also include the foods that may trigger a heart attack at any time, including the food that triggered Dan's heart attack in the airplane that fateful day. Plus, I also included the exact day-to-day blueprint for turning on dead metabolisms. This is essential for men and women over the age of 35 and is completely missing from popular programs such as Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, and all the rest. Yet, I didn't stop there. I also included a special 2-minute ritual that shows you how to lose stubborn fat from other areas of your body as well. This is the result of over 20 years' research and maps out the exact hormone imbalance that is responsible for fat gathering on your worst trouble spots. I then provide exact instructions in a list of foods, herbs, and minerals to melt away problem fat from those specific areas of your body. This breakthrough is perfect if you need to lose 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 pounds or more of deadly belly fat and will restore your arteries, blood sugar, and overall health by as much as 10 years or more. And get this, even though the program was designed by a doctor, it is very simple to understand and easy to follow. Results happen fast, and you don't have to turn your life upside down to make it happen. I am even going to give you the exact tracking sheet Dr. Heinrich gave me, so you can track your daily fat loss while you're watching your hormonal systems restore back to their youthful glory. Because of how this program saved my life and that of Dan and Sylvie, I have decided to call this the Lean Belly Breakthrough. The name is appropriate seeing how this exact same program has helped over 100,000 people lose pounds of belly fat within the first month of using it. People like Dana from San Diego, who lost all of her belly fat just before her reunion, and Gus from Oklahoma, who was shocked by the results you see here. It is very important that I make something very clear. This isn't a fad diet or some silly fruit juice cleanse. We both know that those so-called solutions don't work and are not sustainable. The Lean Belly Breakthrough is different because it targets the root cause of your belly fat, heart disease, and diabetes. This isn't some band-aid that only focuses on the symptoms. The Lean Belly Breakthrough gives you the exact 2-minute ritual for permanently fixing the hidden cause of your stomach fat and health issues, and shows you how you can eat like a normal person while feeling and looking like you are 10, 15, even 20 years younger than your chronological age. This is why you will be getting the exact tracking sheets that Dr. Heinrich gave me, so you can watch your health markers improve while the shape of your body transforms before your very eyes. You will also be pleased to know that this program doesn't force you to count calories or eat exotic foods that are impossible to find. Plus, there are no expensive pre-packaged foods to buy. I should also tell you that there are no strenuous exercises to do either. This was especially important for Sylvie, whose joints were nearly destroyed by one of those extreme exercise programs you see on TV. However, if you can exercise and want to really zero in on your specific problem areas, I'm also going to include my simple-to-follow 60-second belly fat shred exercise program and video, along with my highly effective belly fat targeting rotation workout that will absolutely melt away 1 to 3 inches from your waist in less time than you ever thought possible. This is the perfect program for those special occasions that are coming up where you want to look your best and turn a few heads. Or if you need to lose more like Dan and Sylvie did, just flip to the hormone section and you'll find out how to increase your body's fat-burning hormones in as little as 3 minutes time. And even if you don't need to lose weight and are just interested in preventing heart attacks, diabetes, and arthritis, while slowing your body's aging process and increasing energy, go to page 27 and do exactly what it says to address the root cause of heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, and accelerated aging. The Lean Belly Breakthrough will explain to you exactly what you need to do to make this happen for you. So now that I have shared my story with you, it should be clear that there really isn't anything like the Lean Belly Breakthrough anywhere on the internet, bookstores, or even in medical journals. It is a complete system that contains the exact ritual for transforming your health while melting off your deadly belly fat every single day. This is something you need because you could be like Dan and be at risk for a sudden heart attack and not even know it. Think about this. 1,671 people die from heart attack every single day in the U.S. alone. That's one person every single minute. In addition, 4,660 people are diagnosed with diabetes every day. That's more than 3 people every 60 seconds. The Lean Belly Breakthrough may prevent you or someone you love from becoming part of these deadly statistics. Of course, you could try one of those generic fitness programs out there like P90X or Insanity. However, why would you when you have in front of you a simple system to fix the exact problem you or your loved ones are facing right now? What's worse is that many of these programs use exercises that can leave you injured and diets that will mess up your hormones and even lead to developing eating disorders. I suppose you could also go out and hire some kid trainer from your local gym for $500 a month with no experience working with men and women over 35 who have health issues. You could then give a dietitian a couple $100 for a calorie counting meal plan with no focus on belly fat, hormones, or blood sugar issues. However, why would you when you could have the exact plan that melts away embarrassing and deadly belly fat every single day while targeting the #1 root cause of heart disease and diabetes without any of the dangerous effects of detox diets or high-intensity exercise programs? Plus, the Lean Belly Breakthrough will save you from the pitfall of buying expensive and potentially deadly fat-burning pills that, in reality, do nothing more than stimulate your adrenal glands, causing your body to secrete more and more cortisol, leading to severe hormonal issues, adrenal burnout, decreased muscle mass, nervousness, headache, insomnia, increased blood pressure, increased BMI, and possibly death. Just imagine, in less than 3 minutes from now, you'll be able to use the same powerful system for yourself that gave Dan and Sylvie results like this. With the Lean Belly Breakthrough, there are no drugs to take or any rules to follow that will destroy your social life. There is no need to starve yourself or work out like a self-obsessed maniac. All you have to do is follow this simple 2-minute ritual and eat more of the good foods you already love. Each day, you will enjoy getting up in the morning, excited to see the amazing changes that have happened to your body from the day before. This is what's happened to the thousands of people who have already used this system around the world. And now it's your turn to join the community of success stories. When we first put this program together, we thought about charging $297 to get access to it. After all that we went through to gather this info and the expenses you would incur if you did the same, we knew it would still be a bargain. Heck, this would still be less than what you would pay for a month with a trainer, a visit with a dietitian, some prescription medications, and health insurance. However, we wanted to pay it forward and make it possible for everybody to have access to this easy-to-follow program. We know firsthand how critically important it is that you know about this virtually unknown 2-minute ritual that melts away as much fat as you desire from your belly and love handles, while targeting the true hidden cause of heart disease and diabetes. Doing so, you'll enjoy health and energy like you have never felt before in your adult years. Your belly will be flat and your joints will feel as if they have been freshly lubricated. You'll look and feel younger than ever before, and you will find yourself moving with the vigor and strength of a person half your age. You will cut your risk of heart disease and diabetes, and your sex drive will return as your hormones come back into balance. Just imagine how great you will feel knowing that you have complete control over your health and body weight, with any worries about heart disease, diabetes, and arthritis a thing of the past. Think of the comfort and security you will enjoy, knowing that you will be there for years to come to spend time with your loved ones and grandchildren. See yourself full of youthful energy, being active, pursuing your hobbies, and loving the life you have been given. Now think about what could happen if you don't take action today. Think about the moments you would miss, the vacations, walks with your friends and family, and all of the magical moments that make up a beautiful, full life. Yes, I think you will agree with me that this is an incredible offer at $297. However, this isn't about the money for me. The Lean Belly Breakthrough saved the lives of people I love. I know what it feels like to watch someone you love lose their health. I know the fear, pain, and helplessness of watching your loved ones suffer and not being able to do anything to help them. I don't want this to happen to you too. I feel blessed to have found this amazing program, and now I want to share it with you. I am well aware that many people would be happy to pay $297 for the Lean Belly Breakthrough. However, I also know at that price there are many people who would be left out and would not be able to experience the same life-changing benefits like so many others have. For this reason, I've decided that you're not going to have to pay anywhere close to $297 to get your hands on the Lean Belly Breakthrough today. In fact, you don't even have to pay $197 or $97, which is less than the cost of one visit with a dietitian, nutritionist, or good personal trainer. Instead, when you say yes to the Lean Belly Breakthrough today and you make the commitment to eliminate all of your stubborn belly fat and the #1 cause of heart disease and diabetes that is slowly killing you, while regaining the youthful vigor, health, and fitness of a person half your age, you will simply be asked to help recoup a tiny portion of my huge medical expenses, web costs, and sky-high advertising fees by investing only $37 in your health, fitness, and well-being. If you are ready to take control over your body and health today and want an easy-to-follow, doctor-approved program for quickly and safely losing 15, 25, 35 pounds of deadly belly fat or more while preventing deadly heart disease and type 2 diabetes, act now by clicking the Add to Cart button below. Right after, you will be taken to a secure page that looks like this. Once you have entered your information, you will gain instant access to the entire Lean Belly Breakthrough program. you will be able to immediately start using the breakthrough 2-minute belly fat melting rituals, the emergency fat loss guide, the type 2 diabetes and heart disease recipes, the little-known herbs, spices, and minerals, the easy-to-follow heart attack prevention method, the delicious metabolism-boosting meal plan, and the detailed instructional videos. Plus, you will have immediate access to a list of belly fat melting, diabetes busting desserts that you can put in your diet immediately without fear of weight gain or blood sugar issues. I will also provide you with my list of libido boosting foods that will improve sex drive and performance quickly and safely. You will be able to access everything immediately from your computer, smartphone, or tablet. There is no need to wait for anything to be shipped, so you can get started in just minutes from now. All that is left for you to do now is take action. I promise you this, nothing is going to change in your life until you make your move. That's what Dan, Sylvie, and I did to change our bodies and health. This is also what thousands of other lean belly breakthrough users have done as well. Now it's your turn. If you are still feeling some hesitation and wondering if this will work for you, there is one more thing you need to know. Your tiny investment today is backed by a 100% 60-day money-back guarantee. I understand that this sounds amazing and that you may be skeptical about how avoiding just one food can prevent you from having a heart attack, or how a 2-minute ritual this simple could produce results as incredible as you saw with your own eyes a few minutes ago. Yet I assure you it is all true. I have countless stories of people who were struggling with their weight, blood sugar, and circulatory problems caused by heart disease and diabetes that suddenly saw a huge reduction in their symptoms while watching their belly fat shrink in the mirror every single day. I hate to say this, the clock is ticking. You don't want to go through what Dan went through. He got lucky that day. However, why would you risk it when the solution is right on your fingertips? Do the right thing for your family and loved ones by pushing the Add to Cart button you see below. Immediately after, you will have instant access to the entire Lean Belly Breakthrough program, the 2-minute belly fat melting rituals, the emergency fat loss guide, the diabetes and heart disease targeting recipes, the artery cleaning, fat melting herbs, spices and minerals, the easy to follow heart attack prevention method, the delicious metabolism boosting meal plan, the detailed instructional videos, and much more. Plus, you will also discover the exact foods and beverages you must avoid if you never want to experience the horror that Dan experienced in the plane that day. After you claim your copy, you can take 2 full months to try the entire program out for yourself. If for any reason you are not satisfied or you feel like your weight isn't flying off fast enough, simply send me an email to the address I will give you on the instant download page, and I will refund your entire purchase with no questions asked. There is zero risk on your part. The only risk you have is if you leave this page and feel the horrible pain of regret because you didn't follow this simple program when you had the chance. Your body and your health are worth 100 million times more than the small price today for this amazing information I have for you. And remember, there is a 100% satisfaction guarantee, so there is no excuse. Get started now by clicking the Add to Cart button below. My time is almost up, and we are nearing the end of this presentation. This won't be available forever, so unless you want to watch this entire presentation again, I suggest you act fast by clicking the Add to Cart button you see below this video screen. Your body and your health are your responsibility. Stop giving control over to the greedy drug companies and diet infomercial people. Don't waste another dime on another DVD or exercise gadget that does not work. Today is the day you say no to feeling tired, fat, and full of aches and pains, and say yes to living the rest of your life in a healthy, trim body without the worry of heart disease, diabetes, and arthritis. The Lean Belly Breakthrough is the solution you have been looking for. Try the simple 2-minute belly fat melting rituals, the emergency fat loss guide, the type 2 diabetes and heart disease recipes, the artery cleaning, fat melting herbs, spices, and minerals, the easy to follow heart attack prevention method, the delicious metabolism boosting meal plan, the detailed instructional videos, and everything else that comes with the program. See how incredibly quick and easy it really is to see your belly fat shrink, boost your metabolism, clear out your arteries, take control of your blood sugar, and look and feel 10 years younger in the fastest time possible. Seize this opportunity. You will be so very glad that you did. I wish you abundant good health. P.S. Let me emphasize that the story you just heard is true, and so are the results you will experience with using the Lean Belly Breakthrough. I am always surprised when people don't take action when they have the solution to their problem at their fingertips. You have nothing to lose, and there is no risk with our 100% satisfaction guarantee. To order, simply click the Buy button below, and you can begin safeguarding yourself and your loved ones from the life-threatening effects of having 5 or more pounds of belly fat, diabetes, and heart disease. Order now while there is still time.